So it's a big moment because I'm busy restoring this piano since 15th of April 2024. So we are 4 months later, more or less. Of course, I'm doing other stuff. So I'm giving piano lessons. I have a son, I'm practicing, and I have a family. But yeah, like I'm happy because we had, after all this time, which is actually not so long, 4 months, I had the first sound that you will see at the end of the video. I took off all the old felt, who were the wrong one, to put the right one. And then I'm taking the glue out of this kind of little bump. You see, it's like this. I have to take it away with the cutter. It's a bit, yeah, it's some work. And then still discussing this one, how to do. I will start with cleaning all this. My piano builder came over and showed me how to put the strings. So there we have one. He did it. So first we practiced how to do this ending. This was my first attempt. I did something wrong. It looks really bad. This was my second attempt and looks perfect. So I have to cut it here and then I have to manage doing this. So, but there I need some tools. So I need a cutting tool. I will go this afternoon. And I need also this thing to pull it up and then this thing to push it down. So I need some tools. And there is so there's the thing to actually, you start making this turn here. No, actually you start with this other machine there. So I will show you how I do it later, but you basically make this here and then you end up doing this ending by hand here. With just having this here and with hand shoes, of course. And I'm protecting the soundboard because it could be that the string just rip and then scratch the soundboard. And then of course I will maybe start with the bass. That will be the first one. I still need to cut it at the end there. So for this I need this cutting tool. So not easy at all. As always, when you're not a professional, I just made a huge mistake. I started to put the bass. Well, my piano technician showed me how to put the string, so it seems like feasible. And then I have this machine that I will show later to make this in à la française, this ending of the string. But then the bass string, they were made by Heller Bass, and they made the ending, so I don't have to do this. So I started with the first string and I forgot to go through this hole. And then I just put the first there and the next here, and I forgot to do this one. So I had to undo them, and by undoing them and doing them again, I broke a string. So I guess I will have to buy again a new of this one. I guess that's how you learn, and that's what happened when it's not your job, right? But yeah, it's life. And then I think one I put too deep will maybe be a problem. Let's see. So what I do is I calculate 1.5 hand, more, 1.5, yeah. Length. Then I put this in the hole and it should not come out from the other side, should be the limit. And then you just turn it around. Oh, well, it's not that easy actually. So making 5.5 turn. More. So I should turn it like this and put it in the hole. Pin it in. For this I have air plugs because it's really loud. Yeah, not that easy, I hope I do it well. So I've done first step, so I just need to buy this one again because I messed up this. The other one seems fine. It's always difficult to really estimate how many turns you will do. So this you measure with the length here, and I once measured wrongly and then I had too much. And so for example, this one here is going a bit too deep. It has too many turns. Yeah, and this one I pushed too far. I destroyed a bit this trying to correct it, but it was difficult. So yeah, it's difficult to have it not too deep, not do everything correctly, but I think it looks great. Probably will sounds fine. Actually, I still could replace this one if it doesn't work as well. My piano technician told me also you have to turn them this way one before you put the pin in because of this wiring, and I forgot to do it for some. Let's see again. So the whole set here was $400 more or less. If I need to replace one, I guess it would not be too much. I hope I don't have to replace the whole set. So I put these two just so that they don't resonate too much. There's not a lot of tension on it, but there are a bit on tension. This looks all nice. This is all correct too. Yeah, so next step is doing the non-copper strings, and there I first have to do this knot here. This one I have to make myself here for every string. But there actually I can mess up because I have a lot of strings. So this is like way too much for what I need. Then I bend this one around. Then I make sure that this one stays together, and then I try to have the same. There you have it. Take this out, take this out. The next step is doing this one here. So this you do by hand to just finish it. Sort of string bending. And there, to memorize that I have to do 4. Maybe. So I'm done putting 23, 22, and my god, that's exhausting. So I just bought the lead string there again. They will send me again. It's just very exhausting because you have to bend the metal all the time here and there, and then bend it on this, and your fingers, there's not much space to work here. I scratched a bit this because there was so little space to put this tool here, but it doesn't matter. So now I'm getting more used to do it. Seems I like the result. It's really nice to see strings straight. The nice thing is the strings get thinner, so it's always more easy to bend them, and I get used to the movements, so I'm more confident This one too I get used to because I was a bit scared. My hands really started to hurt yesterday and I thought, oh no, I have still 200 strings to do. But the stuff gets thinner and I get more used to do this movement and to share it on both hands. I always try to put this thing in the same direction. I put this here in between, I keep the pressure and I go the other side. You can see like it's not this one jumped here, so this one should be there. Always checking before I put more tension. So after 11 hours working, I'm coming here, start to feel how to put the strings. It's getting easy and they are shorter, so it will go faster at the end. Also I get used to bend the thing. My hands are a bit hurting, but it's still okay. Meanwhile, to do a break, I start a bit with the felt. So I have this little machine from Florian from Germany. He's a piano restorer too. And he built this little machine to cut the felt. The felt is something like this. Had to be sewed in the middle. And I just calculate the width of this and added 2 millimeters to be sure that it's not too small. And then I will have to overlap this one with this one and find a way to glue them later. There, all the dampers felt are cut, different thickness. Reserve for the bass in case we need to use them, or maybe we will keep this one, still to find out. Now I need to know how to glue this so that it sticks to the ground here, to the bottom of this wood stuff. So for this, I managed to glue this one and it looks actually really great. It's solid, it has the form it should have. For this I had to come up with a solution because the guy who sold me the felt don't answer anymore. I asked him how to do and I got an advice from someone else, but I thought, okay, I will just find a way myself. So what I did is bend this stuff here so that it really has, so that this is straight and square. Put it in the middle and then bend it here again so that it stays right, and try to have it straight and then bend both here and wait that it's drying like this. And I did this one just to test, it looks great, so I will do the other one the same way. So I prepared 21 wires like this. I will let them dry and then I will do the rest in a second time. There, I'm almost done with the strings. It's really a long work and difficult for the hands. So I met some new problems. For example, I realized that the felt is contracting with the pressure of the things. I was wondering why the felt was bigger when I took it off. Now I know. So this string, for example, ripped next to the felt because it's not long enough. So maybe I will have to add a piece there, or maybe that's not so important. I don't know. And I have the same. Yeah, there maybe a bit too. Here it's fine. I'm just done putting all the strings. Huge work. I think I spent 15 hours something. And it's first time I put a mechanic back. The dampers are not in yet. And there are two hammers who miss a piece who will be a bit low. So what I will do now, looks great, really happy. One string missing will come soon here. Let me show you a bit from closer. So you can see all the nice blue pins with the red felt. Looks gorgeous, love it. The hammers inside looks great too. The soundboard still looks really great. Then all these little knots here that I had to do one by one. Looks actually really fun too. There they are all. Getting bigger and bigger, the strings. As you can see, these are factory made, so they are cut really short, and I didn't have a tool to cut them that short, but apparently it's not a problem that this touches the other strings. from here, parallel strings. So now I'm putting the mechanic back and I will put the tone a bit higher. Sounds terrible now. Totally untuned. Yeah. These ones are all glued correctly. They look really nice, more or less. Some were a bit deeper, some a bit less, but I think the principle is that you have these two cushions here, and this looks good. Now I decided to keep this one in the first attempt and see how it sounds, and have this one here to regulate the height. This one you can regulate with a screw, up and down. This one you have to put the screw out. Yeah, I can see there first, so you have first to take this screw out here and then turn it by hand to adjust the height. So that's why having maybe two extremes regulated and then regulate the other one here according to this. And then that's with the ressort in and that's without. And actually you have to put it in without, otherwise it's like pushing on the strings. So I will take away all the little ressort just to have them down. Actually maybe not the best, because even there it's a bit difficult. So you first go carefully there, then you go slightly up, and then you can put it straight. It's all deep enough to not touch the strings until here, and then you have to mount it one step and push it to the end. There you have it, and then you need to put this screw just to have it. So I made the first estimation that it should be, when it's pushed down, 45, how much was it? And then I found out here, because the felt is a bit thicker, it needs to go deeper to be also 43. And then for the moment, as I said, I'm doing a pre-regulation, just putting them all more or less on the same height to start with, and then see what the piano technician will say about this. So I put back the Lyra, I sanded it very lightly, I put all the screws back. This pedal I didn't connect for the moment, I connected this one because I need to try for the dampers that are there. So I think the left one is looking already a bit like it should be. It needs some fine regulation. This one seems to don't go down enough, so I need to do something more so that they start earlier to go down, but it's going down at least, so I can actually I will just retune the piano, see how badly it moved. Just having new problems. So I thought I put them the wrong way around the first time, you see the long part here and the short, because this was a bit stuck there, so I thought it must be this way because this is not straight, right? So I alterned them, and now I realized by putting the mechanic back and the hammers that the hammers are hitting this, so it must be the other way around. So that's one thing. And it also showed me how narrow everything is, right? And then I have another problem, you will not see it there, but at the end here, let me show you like this, there's actually almost no place for the hammer. So if I put the mechanic this way, it's hitting this and it's not coming up. And if I put it 1 millimeter more there, it's getting stuck against this and not hitting the string. And I think the hammer felt that the fougères are too thick, because I remember they were super thin here at the end, and I thought, oh, that's strange, they are so thin. It looks better now, they are a bit thicker, but now I know why they were so thin. It's because otherwise they don't come up. So there I'm searching a solution to either sending back to the fougère or maybe polish, sand them a bit. So there I have the first row of damper that I have to regulate a bit more, but it starts to look nice. Just realized there are too much to the left. Tricky, I don't know if that's possible to really get right. We will see this. There is the first sound of the Erard, so I already raised the pitch once. I did it a second time till the middle. Now I'm countering, so I'm doing the second time, and there you have the first sound of the piano. No dampers, but there you have it. That's an A. Sound nice for me. So after all this work, we have a sound. The other one got untuned again.